There is an island off the coast of Brazil that the government has declared completely off limits. No tourists, no fishermen, no one. The reason isn't radiation or military secrets or a toxic spill. It's snakes, thousands of them. One of the most venomous snakes on the planet, packed so densely onto a single island that researchers estimate up to 5 per square meter. And what makes them truly terrifying isn't just their numbers, it's what isolation did to their venom. Ilha da Queimada Grande sits about 33 kilometers off the coast of São Paulo state in southeastern Brazil. It is small, just 43 hectares, roughly the size of 60 football fields. From the air, it looks almost beautiful, a dense green cap of jungle tilting up toward a crumbling old lighthouse. But the moment you step ashore, the island reveals what it actually is. The snake that dominates this island is called Bothrops insularis, the golden lancehead viper. It exists nowhere else on Earth. It is a species born of isolation, shaped entirely by the pressures of a tiny island with no large predators, scarce prey, and no escape. The Brazilian Navy controls access to the island strictly, and the only structure on it, that old lighthouse, was automated decades ago. The lighthouse keeper who once lived here is gone. The last family stationed there, according to local legend, fled in the night, reportedly driven out by snakes pouring through the windows. That story may be legend, but what is absolutely not legend is what lives in every tree, under every rock, and behind every leaf on this island. Estimates of the total population on the island range from 2,000 to 4,000 individual snakes. That density, 1 viper per square meter in the most concentrated zones, makes it unlike any other wild ecosystem on the planet. Researchers who have been granted rare permits to visit describe a place where every step requires checking, not once, but twice. To understand why this island became what it is, you have to go back roughly 11,000 years. At the end of the last ice age, rising sea levels slowly swallowed the land bridge that once connected this hilltop to the Brazilian mainland. A population of lancehead vipers, common on the mainland, was suddenly stranded. No large predators followed them to the island. No large ground-based prey existed either. The only food available in reliable quantities was birds, migratory birds that paused on the island's branches to rest during their journeys. To catch a bird, a snake needs to act fast, strike, inject, and kill before the bird can fly away and die somewhere unreachable. So the island's snakes evolved a venom 3 to 5 times more potent than their mainland cousins, fast-acting, tissue-destroying, unstoppable. That venom contains a compound called bathroxybin, an enzyme so powerful it has been studied for its ability to break down blood clots. In the wrong context, inside a human body, that same enzyme causes the flesh around the bite to liquefy. Necrosis, cell death that spreads outward from the bite site, sets in within hours. The venom also causes internal hemorrhaging. It makes blood lose its ability to clot, so bleeding continues from every wound simultaneously. Untreated, a bite from a golden lancehead is fatal in the majority of cases. But the island keeps its snakes alive, not through malice, through pure, cold evolutionary logic. Because the island has no rodents or large ground prey, the snakes also changed their behavior. Climbing trees became a primary hunting strategy. Unlike most of their relatives, these vipers spend as much time in the trees as on the ground. That means on Snake Island, danger doesn't just come from the ground, it comes from above. There are stories, some verified, some not, of sailors who landed on the island not knowing what it was. One account describes a fisherman who came ashore to pick fruit and was found dead on his boat days later, his body covered in bites. Whether true or embellished, the story captures something real. The island punishes the uninformed. And yet, despite all of this, scientists keep coming back. Because hidden inside this terrifying place is something almost miraculous. The golden lancehead's venom, for all its lethality, may also be one of the most medically valuable substances ever discovered. The enzyme bathroxobin, extracted from its venom, is already being used in medical research as a powerful thrombolytic agent, meaning it dissolves dangerous blood clots. In strokes and heart attacks, blood clots are killers, and a compound that breaks them down with surgical speed is extraordinarily valuable. The same venom that liquefies flesh in a bite wound can, when isolated and controlled, potentially save lives. That paradox, the world's most dangerous island harboring a potential medicine, is why researchers risk their lives to go there. But there is a crisis growing on the island that makes even the viper research feel urgent for different reasons. The golden lancehead viper is critically endangered. It exists on a single 43-hectare island. If that island is destroyed by fire, by rising seas, by smugglers, or by disease, the species ends. And smugglers are already a real threat. On the black market, a single golden lancehead viper can fetch anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000. That price tag has made poaching an ongoing problem, quietly reducing the island's already limited population. Climate change adds another layer of pressure. Sea level rise threatens the very geography that made this unique evolution possible. So the species that spent 11,000 years perfecting itself for this exact island could be erased not by a predator, but by a warming ocean. Brazil's IBAMA, the National Environmental Protection Agency, classifies Bothrops insularis as critically endangered on the national red list. Only researchers from accredited institutions with Navy escort are legally allowed to set foot on the island today. Even they must travel in pairs and keep every centimeter of skin covered. The island that for millennia made the viper unstoppable now puts the viper itself at the mercy of the world beyond its shores. There is a strange kind of poetry to Ilha da Queimada Grande, a place so dangerous it had to be closed off to protect people from it, and is now being protected itself. The golden lancehead didn't choose to become a monster. Evolution made it what it is, perfectly adapted to a world 11 kilometers of ocean smaller than a suburb. The same force that built it into the world's deadliest snake is the force now deciding whether it survives. 11,000 years of perfect, ruthless refinement, and the only thing that might undo it is a world that changed faster than evolution could follow.